In a CTE, we can run either MTF Live or run a test called MTF. The main difference between the MTF Live and MTF test is one, MTF Live is an ad hoc experiment which you need to set up manually and you can't generate a report, versus the MTF, which allows you to set system parameters, run a calibration, and plot your results and store them in your database. Okay, the main difference between MTF Live versus the MTF test is that MTF Live is an ad hoc application or utility where you access it from the vision window. And here we can see the MTF Live window. It's displaying the frequency points that you want to look at or you're interested in, and it's displaying the MTF continuously. So it allows you to do some dynamic measurements, focusing your camera and getting a good feel about your camera. As opposed to the MTF, which basically is the same, almost the same, maybe slightly better result because it's run through the test and it has more time to analyze the data. It gives you also the pass-fail criteria, but it's used more for your production or research, and if you want to make a report of the system and record the history. Okay, we need to turn on the source, visible source. So we open up the SR300 device, click on the on button, and set the intensity that we want, let's say 10 foot-lamberts. We need to run with a step target and select the source stage if we have a source stage. So here in the SR800 we have a drop down and select the step target for the target. On the target wheel, we select the step target. We can select now also the source, which will be the integrating sphere. And once the system is set up, we can now run the MTF live. Thank you. Okay, we want to demonstrate the MTF Live utility. So this is a manual test, an ad hoc test that we need to run from the device center. We need to select the camera or the image or the video source that we're going to be using. So in this case, we're using the analog video. So we double click on the frame grabber device, and from here we go to the analysis menu and select MTF Live. I can close this so it'll be less cluttered. Let's move this down here. Now we need to turn on the source. We're using a visible light source, so we select SR300, turn it on, and set the set point to whatever intensity that we want to use. So I set it to 10. Now, we still can't see anything. We need to select the target, which is the step target, and we have to put, if we have a source stage, we need to select the proper source behind the target to be projected. So we use the SR800 to do that. We click on the target window, and we have a drop down here and select step target, and here we move the source stage. So you can see it's going to come up in it momentarily. We can see the step target still not totally lit, and now it's finally lit. And we can see it here. Alright, so this is the MTF Live window. We need to set up a few parameters. Some are auto-defined, so it'll do it by itself. we need to set up the IFO of the system, and this can be done either manually if you know the IFO. In this case, I know it's more or less 85.2 microradians. We also have a calculator. If you click on the calculator, you can enter the pixel pitch and the focal length of the lens to calculate the IFO. Then we need to, if we want to test, do an ad hoc test to see what are the MTF values at certain frequencies. We can enter the frequency values. Let's say here 1, 1.5, 2, 2.25, 2.5, and let's say 3 cycles per milliradian. Finally, we need to select the region of interest. So the region of interest should be between the edge, the knife edge, of the step target, and you can experiment making it as big as possible or as wide as possible. These are your open variables that you can change and do by yourself. We click on the start button and immediately we get the MTF. We can see the MTF graph here on the right, and we can see the MTF values that we selected. We can also show the edge spread function and the line spread function. The edge spread function is the line profile of the step target, whereas the line spread function is the derivative of the MTF. And basically that's it. We can also then, eventually if we want, we can see the full screen, or we can stop, see the full screen of MTF. And if we want, we can export that data to a text file. If I click on here, export, and you can see the values. So you can use that to export to an Excel file and do some further analysis. Thank you.